What's up guys, YST here and welcome back to another Raid Shadow Legends video. And today we're going to be going over the recent fusion champion in Nari The Lucky. Let me know in the comment section who actually fused this champion. Now for me, when it talk about interesting kits and ones that's out of the norm, it's definitely stuff that I always like to go for because that's where I find my enjoyment when I'm playing this game, as you may have seen with like Cornelia, etc. But when I seen this kit, it definitely intrigued me, so I went for him. The only downside of this champion is, how the heck is he a dwarf? Just because he's small, it doesn't mean that he's a dwarf Polarium. He is obviously a goblin, straight out of Spider-Man, the arch nemesis, the green goblin. But yeah, aesthetically he looks pretty cool. I like the shield and stuff. And let's go over his kit, right? So with Weave Filter here, he attacks one enemy, has an 80% chance of once fully booked of stealing one random buff from the target. Now this could be really cool when you talk about the rest of his kit, so we'll come straight back to this one. Then he attacks all enemies, has a 100% chance of once booked of placing a decreased accuracy debuff and also a 50% decreased resistance debuff for 2 turns. So I guess that this ability was made for the Hydra boss, especially in the higher difficulties. Also some other areas of the game as well, but that's kind of the place that stood out to me. So your other champions, you can start to focus on more sustainability, more damage, and allow Nari The Lucky to place these debuffs, and pretty much allow your other champions to have less accuracy to be able to place those debuffs. Also, the Head of Mischief likes to snap at you and steal your buffs, right? So if he's got a decreased accuracy, a lot better chance that he's not going to be able to steal it from you. We'll go into the Hydra boss towards the end of the video anyway. It's really hard to keep this up in the current state of the Hydra, which makes me a bit less of a fan of this ability. But definitely overall, really great. And this decreased resistance is a new debuff, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to have a champion with it, just in case. On his A3 ability, attacks all enemies and has a 100% chance of placing a provoked debuff for 1 turn, which allows all of the enemies to attack your Nari The Lucky, so your other champions aren't mitigated, right? And he also places a counter-attack buff on this champion for 2 turns on a 4-turn cooldown. This is a really nice ability, but one thing that really stood out to me, which I want to showcase is, if we head into the index, into the dwarfs, from the same faction, there's another champion that has the exact same kit in the Spirit Affinity, and he's an epic champion. And he also has literally the same thing. Has a 75% chance of placing provoke, 100% chance once booked, and also places a counter-attack buff on this champion for 2 turns. So if you're just looking for an AoE provoke champion and you don't have the resources to book a Nari The Lucky, definitely look no further than a Rock Breaker. But of course, if you want the rest of his kit, go for a Nari, and we'll talk about exactly how you can use him. So let's go back into my Nari from the Force Affinity. Where is he? I always think that he's magic for some reason. There he is. So with the passive of Joyful Song, at the start of this champion's turn, transfers 1 random buff from a random enemy to a random ally. Through a bit of testing, I actually figured that if he's the only champion alive, he's not able to steal it and put it on himself. It has to be on another ally. Whereas champions like Cornelia can put the sleep on themselves, even though that it says on an ally, right? So this champion's accuracy is increased by 5 for each buff on each ally, which is a really nice increased accuracy in just his passive alone, which I think is a pretty cool ability. With him being a St. Patrick's Day fusion with all of the lucky stuff, obviously it has to have a bit of RNG and fun in the kit, right? But this is really nice because let's just say those cardinal teams in the arena, they have stone skin up at the start of the round, right? As long as he takes a turn before you kill off the rest of the enemy team, he's able to steal that stone skin, put it on one of your allies, and allow you to pretty much win the battle in a good fashion. That's just one kind of thing that I picked up on. But of course, there's many other ways you can use this, like against Swift Parry or unkillable buffs, and just many other situational things. And of course, if he's got that counterattack on, he's able to come through and steal as well. So it's just a nice little synergy with stealing, removing, and placing them on your allies. Decreased accuracy and resistance, of course, is just another cherry on the top to his kit. In terms of how I built this champion today, we've got him in accuracy and perception, because I truly believe if you want to place a decreased resistance to put it on the enemy team, right? Especially in the high ends of arena, where I don't feel like he's meta, because I don't see a lot of Nari The Luckies around. But if you do want to place that decreased resistance, you want to have enough accuracy to put on the champions or the bosses with those high resistance thresholds, right? So that's pretty much how I wanted to build him. So we're aiming for speed. Speed here as well. We got speed and crit rate. We've done crit rate on the gauntlets. Reason being, if you're counterattacking, you want to be able to deal a bit of damage, right? To kind of coincide with that A1 ability. Defense on the chest plate because he's a defense-based champion. We got speed on the boots of accuracy rolls. Then we've gone for accuracy on the banner, crit damage on the amulet, and defense on the ring with the special effect of the cleansing ring that has a chance to remove a random debuff each turn, which I think is a nice little accessory to put on there. Masteries. Let me just move myself out of the way. Actually, I don't need to today. Yay, congratulations. So we've got the defensive tree, trying to mitigate some damage with improved parry. And also the cycle of revenge that has a 50% chance of increasing the turn meter by 15% when this ally is attacked with a critical hit. Now, because he's going to have that counterattack up, you're able to kind of cycle through those abilities a bit better, right? And we've also got the support tree heading down to the Eagle Eye to get a 50+ accuracy on our champion. And the Laura Steel trying to add to those bonus stats with Master Hexer and Evil Eye to reduce turn meter. If you're using in PvE content or Hydra boss, you may also want to go the offensive tree, heading down to War Master. But this is more of a PvP build, because that's kind of the place where I'm going to be using him. Overall stats here, we've gone for sustainability out of 40,000 HP, 4.4k defense, 262 speed, close to a 100% crit rate, and a 510 accuracy. Just do what your account allows you to do. Stack as much accuracy and as much speed as possible. So yeah, that's how I built my champion, going over his kit and stuff. And let's go into a few other areas of the game where I feel like he can really be useful. So let's get into it. Alright then, so starting off here with the Doom Tower. Of course, this is just a secret room from the hard stage. And you could pretty much carry this kind of team throughout the rest of the Doom Tower, right? Being able to place the CCs with the stuns. Place those provokes as you see right there. Now, the champions that unfortunately won't get a stun are going to come through and try and attack our Nari The Lucky. And also, we've got that decreased accuracy, so someone like a Raz and Scarhide is not going to be able to place those debuffs, right? Which I think is a pretty cool mechanic. As long as he's got a bit of resistance, but a 50% decreased resistance is pretty hefty. So if you think about someone with 400 accuracy, they now only have 200 accuracy, which is pretty nice. So let's just get through here. We managed to get that cooldown, so hopefully we can place a bit more provokes here. Get some more stuns up. Vizic's also a nice little pair to place those provokes. He's also placing provokes, just like so. And you can pretty much balance the cycle. So place the provoke with one champion. Once that falls off, place it with the second champion. And then you have full control of your enemy team. Also, we've got Iron Bra going here, so a bit of an overkill with that provoke. All different affinities. We got Void, Spirit, and Force. So hopefully, let's try and see if we can steal a buff here. We'll showcase that a bit later on in the arena as well. So there we go. We stole the shield from our Ignatius here, and it's been placed on one of our other champions. And that's pretty much going to happen every single turn. So there we go. We stole from somebody else, the Ignatius on the left-hand side. And yeah, it's pretty much going to work out really great like this with a team like this. Potentially bring in some burns to be able to pretty much take down the enemy team as quickly as possible. And that is one way you can use Nari in the Doom Tower. Alright. So what I really want to do, I want to showcase him in the arena as well, just so you can see his abilities. So let's just go into the Nightmare campaign. Unfortunately, the affinities aren't going to be great for him, but we'll give it a shot. Alright, let's get him out of the... Where is he? Force Affinity YST, what are you doing? Hello? Any goblins about? There he is. He looks like bloody noble. Just from the picture. Now, is he going to be able to do this? I don't think so. but I just want to showcase the abilities before we carry on the video. So this is decreased accuracy and decreased resistance. Nice little animation there. And you can see here, hopefully we can resist those bombs coming our way now from the decreased accuracy debuff. But we don't have to worry about that because he can come through and place a provoke, and he's going to be able to counterattack everybody now. And look at that, he's stealing buffs upon that counterattack ability. So it's a nice little synergy there. Yeah, that's the showcase of the skills. Let's waste some energy. Why not? There we go. Now, I'm not going to take him into everywhere because he's a provoke champion and pretty much there's many in the game like a Vizix, etc. So in terms of dungeons, nice filler champion for any of them, I would assume, to be able to get through the waves and allow the enemy waves to attack him instead of your other allies. So you may not need a reviver if he's on the team. So I'm not going to bore you with that completely, but let's go into a Faction Wars run. Alright then, so this is stage 21 of the Faction Wars Crypts with a pretty cool team here. We got Underpriest Brogni in there, Mountain King for some damage. I don't want it to go on too long, but as you can see here, Nari The Lucky is going to be able to steal the buffs on wave 2 for those man-eaters and steel skulls and all of that bad stuff that you just don't want, and also keep them under control with that provoke debuff. And when you're trying to auto farm stage 21, these things can become really annoying, right? It just longs out your run, you have to wait for unkillables to finish, and to have extra control in there, especially with the strip of Underpriest Brogni as well, you're going to have a nice little counterbalance. So let's just play this one out. So pretty much in this run, you're going to see all of the stealing of the buffs and all of that good stuff. Decreased accuracy, decreased resistance, and even if you don't have an Underpriest Brogni, this is a great way to resist those debuffs, like the poisons, like the drop defense and the weaken, and really help keep your team alive to reach that 3 stars. Potentially even at a 5 star if you don't want to fully 60 him, he's able to still come in and do a great job. As long as he's in the right sustainability, possibly paired with a Melga to revive if you need it. So I'll let you guys watch the rest of the run here, and I'll come back to you towards the end. So there we have it, guys. A Dwarf's Crypt stage 21 using Nari The Lucky. You can see here that there's an XP, but of course, this was a pre-recording of a run that I prepared for this video because the faction wars aren't open every single day, and I really wanted to showcase its utility in this area, right? So let's head into the arena, and then follow that, we'll head into the Hydra boss, the scary part. Let's go. Okay, so in terms of the arena, now I've actually used about something like 80 gems trying to find this team for you guys. We beat a few other teams as well, but I really wanted to showcase Stone Skin. Now, how many of you guys struggle with Cardinals and you don't have a Lydia the Death Siren to block revive upon revival? Now, having a Nari The Lucky is really going to be game changing in that aspect, even at a rank 50 and some good speed, because if you're able to kill the rest of the enemies, like this troll guy over here putting rank 4s in, knowing full well he's got Stone Skin, and he's going to come through with a nuke with Kitus and Skullcrown. So what we're going to do is, we're going to put in Nari the Lucky. So watch how this one works out now. Once we take our first turn, we're going to be able to kill this Cardinal. So boom. And there we go. The stone skin has been stolen from that Cardinal and placed upon Genzin. You see that there, guys? Who needs stone skin set when you got a Nari the Lucky? But obviously, this isn't going to happen for a vast majority of teams because sometimes they got shield sets. Sometimes they got other stuff or they might go first. But if you happen to go first and the enemy team has a Cardinal and you know they're in stone skin and you don't have a Lydia to block revive, Nari the Lucky could definitely be a great step in that direction for you. So let's just place a little counter attack on now with the provokes. Amazing. And we're pretty much going to win this now. There is no way they're going to survive. Obviously, we've got my boy Genzin. And reaction, get out of here. There we go. Put it back to 2-speed. How much is just going to proc? We need to kill her off. All right, let's just do this. So a triple hit, and there we go. My God, so many procs there, but we managed to get through it. Pretty nice, right? So that was just one way I wanted to showcase it. So let's just do some normal teams now with like a normal setup. So something like, see, this is one other bad thing is someone like a Rockbreaker Spirit Affinity, and he's able to provoke someone like a Duchess or like an Umbral Enchantress as well. With him, it's that hit and miss being the Force Affinity. And a lot of these champions here are the wrong affinity for it. So let's just try something like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove Kai'Ma. Let's get him out of the way. And obviously, the way I'd use it is if you're not using a Kai'Ma to sleep, you want someone with Provoke to pretty much keep them under control, right? So your other champions can cut in and be able to nuke them down. So what we're going to do is open up with this one here. Got everything else set up. Looks pretty good to me. Let's go. Mr. Goblin, Spider-Man. You got this. Place that provoke on everybody. He's now going to be counter-attacking, but of course that Trunda wanted to stun him. So maybe a nice bit of resistance could be cool. But look at this. Full control. Ready for our nuker to come in now. What's going on? Swift Perry, everybody's just got some crazy gear sets today. Yeah, this is pretty much a done deal. And boom. So applying control, placing those counterattacks. If he wasn't under a stun, it worked out pretty good for you. Let's just try and find another good positive affinity team here. Alright, maybe a team like this could be pretty cool. Mr. Cardinal. We don't like you, Cardinal. So Nari's going to throw down some coins. Or we're going to get the cleanse from that Cardinal. It's all good. Reduce that Termi a little bit. Can we cut in here? Oh my God. Everything's going wrong in today. What is going on? It's not the Hydra boss Inquisitor Shamail. Get out of here. He's just fearing and cleansing. Oh my gosh. And then they're all going to revive. And we haven't got a reset. But we got decreased resistance. Let's go. What is going on today, guys? I don't even care if I lose this one. I'm so confused. What is going on? Okay, so let's try this team here. We have got Miss Cornelia. I'm sorry to do this to you, but we're going to have to take you down with our Nari the Lucky. And boom. Drop down those coins from Green Guts and Harry Potter. And boom. Little turn meter on the A1. Hopefully we could steal that veil. Alright, let's go. Just keep an eye on this abilities here. Obviously he's stealing them as well. But he's able to steal them on his passive as well. But Candy never gave them a chance. Try this team next. Why not? And this is pretty much how I would use him if I was to use him in the arena. And actually do on occasional teams. He's got that high accuracy, so if other champions like a Genzin wanted to place debuffs like drop defense, he's able to, right? And boom. Pretty cool. Let's just try one more team here. Gembo and a Duchess. I'm so used to going to the bottom to find the harder teams, but it's not even like that anymore. Oh, we got a provoke on. Let's go. Duchess, Nari's coming for you. We never managed to steal a buff there, which is okay. Alright. Just remember it's on like a, what was it, 80% chance. I'm just trying to see if we're stealing anything. You guys are probably going to see it better than me. Everyone's just going for him. Leave him alone. Alright. Boom. There we go. So you guys pretty much get the drift, and if you stay tuned till now, let's head into the Hydra boss, somewhere where I really don't like. I'm not sure how this is gonna go, but it's less about we'll just go into hard for now. So pretty much I just want to showcase his skills more than an entire team. I'm not gonna do the entire run, but I want to showcase how useful he could be in specific scenarios. Hydra boss content on YSC's channel. What's going on? Alright, here we go. So pretty much what I would like to do is, Akaimo's really nice to strip, but this head here, the head of mischief, you know what he does. He likes to steal your buffs and doesn't want to give them back, and which is why we got a stripper. And then we got the head of decay, which likes to cleanse from the target with the lowest HP and also a full cleanse. And then we got this head here. Is it this one? The head of blight. He likes to place poisons and the poison cloud, so you can't place those debuffs. So I'll show you how I like to counter this. So pretty much here we can place decreased accuracy on the first turn. We never managed to get it on the head of mischief here. Place a burn here off the bat. Block buffs as well, and get a little burnout. So that's just some instant damage. And now they're gonna cleanse, of course, with that decay. And then the poison cloud goes up. Now this is where having a reset champion like Kaimor comes into full effect. And now we know that this head is going to be placing the poisons on his next turn. So we prepare for that with our Duchess. Let's just do some A1s. And hopefully we can steal some buffs in this run as well. Now he's going to place the cleanse on the head of the lowest HP. And we know that these champions have already got damage. So we're going to place it on someone like him. Hopefully I can showcase a little bit of how I like to play the Hydra as well here. So now he's going to cleanse. Wait, let's just do just A1 here. Let's just wait for those poison clouds to end. That's what I like to do. Keep just going. Let them steal some buffs. It's all good. Go. Alright, let's just try and steal this buff from him. Still waiting for those poison clouds to tick down. And there we go. We had that block debuffs up to allow us to resist those poison debuffs. Now let's just try to strip something. It's all good. And now here we got 5 turns and 3 turns. So don't worry about cleanses. So once Geomancer comes through, you can place some more burns. Got to wait 1 more turn here. Alright, there we go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start placing burns on other heads. Place decreased accuracy, place decreased resistance. Place block buffs. And there we go. Who are you spreading to apart from this dude? Now we're about to be eaten very soon. Who's going to get eaten? Our ninja. Let's go. Boom. Reduce that cooldown. And let's just try strip something else off. Let's take it off him. Go. And Nari, is he going to steal this now? I really want to pay close attention to this. There we go. The head got removed. So if you want to start, if you're not bringing in many buffs and you're timing your perfect veil at the right time, for example, he could really be amazing, because if the head of mischief is stealing from your allies, even if it's like 1 or 2 buffs, if he's taking a few turns, he's able to steal those buffs back so he can't put them onto everybody else. And I think that's a pretty cool mechanic. Hopefully I can showcase that. The only downside would be, don't place the provoke and don't place the counterattack, because if the head still counterattack, you're screwed, right? You don't want to do that, especially with this head in the rotation. When is the rotations going to go back, by the way? It's been so long. Right. So we got some cooldowns here. Yeah, he's still going to steal. I pretty much like to save the perfect veil just for that poison ability, because that's what's killing us. No buffs there, so we can't steal anything. And this is kind of the cycle I like to take. All right. Now we've got Eaton. It's all good. Boom. Geomancer can pretty much take care of him. We still got a few turns. Might want to wait for this one first. Do a little recycle and let him cleanse. It's all good. Now he's going to do it on the person with the lowest HP. Let's just do this. Try to get our head back. He's going to do an AoE now and hopefully release our head. Let's place decrease accuracy, decrease resistance. Now we can place the perfect veil. Because that decreased accuracy is up, unfortunately still got through there. Now I'm going to place a block buff so no one else can do it. Strip that with Kaimar. And let's get our head back. Come on, let's go. I love Relentless on Geomancer. Works out really great to kind of cycle through those abilities. Alright. Can this head give us back our head, please? Or give us back our champion. There we go. Poisons. Heals. And pretty much this is how I would cycle it the whole time. And I have done this team before this video. And it performed pretty well. We got somewhere around, I think it was a 14 million with some manual plays. So very close to a 2 key, maybe a 1 key of good RNG. But yeah, I hope I could showcase the skills there. So yeah, that's going to be all for the video. If you guys enjoyed it, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Let me know what you think about this champion. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.